Sports fans with Wally Scott, and the World Cup is beyond us. Of course, teams have come together, and it's war, if you ask me. Now, Burna Boy and Shakira, Colombian superstar Shakira, and Nigeria's superstar Burna Boy, sang Die Die. Now, in Italian language, that means let's go or come on. Both ways is pairing us up for the World Cup, and of course, things will only get better. We'll dissect the drama that took place before the World Cup. Of course, that will be our major topic today. Sylvester and I will try and dissect that eventually. And don't forget, on my screen, you can watch the whole show. Fam TV Sports on YouTube, Fam TV Sports on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course, TikTok. We'll take a short break. We'll come back and dissect the World Cup and the drama involving Donald Trump and the rest of them. We'll come back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Still sports fans with Wally Scott, and I still have the social media handles on the screen. But I've got my usual suspect, I call him, on the show, Sylvester Nicol.
Thank you, Mr. Wally. It's good to be here.
USA. Drama. First of all, it was the English national team. There were shootings near their camp. And now Somalia. The chance for Somalia to have their first referee at the World Cup. And then you send him back, despite the fact he has a diplomatic passport and says he has links with Al-Shabaab, which is a terrorist group. And he says, no, I don't even know who Al-Shabaab is. Drama.
It's very disappointing that our African best referee would not be officiating in this year's World Cup.
And you claim he's a terrorist.
I really don't know where that is coming from, because it was interrogated for over 11 hours.
And then sent back eventually.
He gets in, they have to send it back, and he had a hero's welcome when he go back to his country. I really don't know what is happening in USA, because I feel it is something that FIFA should have already discussed with USA. Like, I feel if USA is going to be having these strict rules, it's something that should have come out before the World Cup. So the countries and the participants, the countries and the fans who have bought tickets would know if they'll be given visas into USA prior before the World Cup. Not when the World Cup has started and people are not being able to, they've bought their match tickets, but they are not allowed into the USA. They've lost money. So I think FIFA actually got it wrong taking the World Cup to USA.
Wow. Like most people are saying, though, they said USA should not have been FIFA's choice. Now, some people are saying the fear of the US is the beginning of wisdom. Is Gianni Infantino scared of the US? Because everybody's saying, listen, if with all this drama in the US, why not just leave the World Cup to to Canada and Mexico? Must it be USA?
I feel there's something Gianni Infantino is not telling us about the USA.
Exactly.
There's something. I saw a story, I really don't know how true it is, that the former president, FIFA president, is planning on writing a petition against Gianni Infantino because of the drama that is happening in USA. So let's see how that unfolds. But I think there's something going on between Infantino and Trump.
We just discussed the Somalian referee. We discussed the shooting near the Three Lions training camp. That's not the worst of it. The worst of it is that the Iranian spectators. Now, FIFA says you must have at least 8% of your spectators in every stadium during your team's matches. USA has denied all the spectators, everybody from Iran that has come to support Iran in USA have been denied visas. That's enough. That alone is enough for Infantino to take it away from USA. Because Iran have 3 matches in the USA. Then if they qualify to the next round, they might go to Mexico or Canada. But their first 3 matches will be in the US. 8%, or even practically every spectator supporting Iran have been denied visas. In the USA, Warina.
That is not even the crazy part for me. The thing is, now the Iranian national team will only be granted access into USA on match days.
On match days?
That is going to tell on the players.
They will be jet-lagged. They will be tired. Do you know the stress you go through? Yes, you think you are on a plane and you are sleeping and listen to your head cam and all that. But the truth is, there's something called jet lag.
Yeah.
Sitting down there for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours is enough to make you tired. So you want somebody to come from the airport to the stadium, support his team, jet lagged, and go back immediately after.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that because you land, you had your training maybe like 2 hours before you take off. You have like a 6 hours flight to USA. You land at the airport, you go straight to the stadium, maybe like 3 minutes or 5 minutes warm up. You go and play your match. How do you expect the players to perform? It is going to take a toll on the players if that is what is going to happen for their 3 games they're having in the USA. I won't be surprised if they don't qualify out of the group.
Now, the whole of Africa are against the US hosting the World Cup because of the Somali referee that was sent back. I was just thinking, because, Burna Boy's mom used to be a fella dancer. So we know him as a human rights activist. I was thinking that although he eventually sang, but I was thinking he was going to say, I'm not singing. The human rights, but he sang eventually the word. I was thinking he wasn't going to sing.
Yeah, I feel most people are not really going to speak out or probably go on social media to condemn the USA because eventually most of them are actually looking for opportunities to get into the USA. So if you speak against the USA, it might actually backfire on you when you apply for visa going to the USA. Because they might actually check your history. Oh, you ranted against the USA, now you're coming to USA, you want to come into USA for what? So I feel like most people will not really speak out because of the benefits they think is available in the USA.
Now, before I take a break, the VAR has always been a problem. Always been a problem. I once said a few years ago, and I've said it on this show too, Edson Arantes do Nascimento, you call him Pelé, he said the game of football is called Jogo Bonito. Jogo Bonito means a free flow. And I feel VAR has always stopped that flow in football. But I'll come to that later. Sports fans with Wale Scott. Now, this World Cup has new rules. Rules that I've never heard before. I have conditions against some rules, shall, and I'm sure Sylvester will try and dissect it together. He might agree, might disagree, but there are new rules in this World Cup. Rules that football initially never had. We'll play those rules for you now. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll try and dissect those rules. You can actually talk to us on our social media handles. Tell us what you think about these rules and which one you think is right or wrong. I'll tell you which one I think is right or wrong. Sports fans with Wale Scott, we are still here. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. Stay with us.
The IFAB approved a set of landmark changes to the laws of the game, and the FIFA World Cup 2026 will be the first major tournament to use them. These amendments aim to tackle discrimination, cut time wasting, enhance match tempo, and improve both the player and fan experience. Some of the landmark changes are: any player in the tournament seen covering their mouth in a confrontational situation with an opponent may be given a red card by the referee. If a player leaves the pitch in protest at an official's decision, this may also result in a red card. A red card may also be given to any team official who incites or encourages players to leave the field of play because of a decision by an official. If a referee feels a goal kick is being deliberately delayed, a 5-second visual countdown will be initiated. If the ball is not in play by the end of that countdown, the goal kick will turn into a corner for the opposing team. The same 5-second countdown applies to throw-ins, with the opposing team being awarded a throw-in if the referee deems a side is taking too long. When a player is being substituted, they must leave the pitch within 10 seconds. If they fail to do so, they must still exit the field of play, but the player replacing them will not be allowed onto the pitch until the first stoppage after 1 minute of play has elapsed. When a player receives an on-field assessment for an injury, or their injury has elapsed. When a player receives an on-field assessment for an injury, or their injury causes the game to stop, they must leave the field of play and remain off for 1 minute after play has restarted. Where there is clear evidence, the VAR will now be permitted to check and review. red cards arising from a clearly incorrect second yellow card. Mistaken identity, when the referee penalizes the wrong team for an offense resulting in a red or yellow card being shown to the wrong player. Clearly incorrectly awarded corner kick, provided that the review can be completed immediately and without delaying the restart. And clear attacking team offenses before the ball is in play at free kicks or corners, where they directly influence a goal, penalty, or disciplinary outcome. These laws will all be implemented for the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Welcome back, sports fans with Wally Scott. Don't forget, you can watch the whole show on our social media handles on the screen right now. Let's start with, this is my opinion, but I want to know your opinion. VAR. Do you think it just stops the flow of football?
Actually, it stops the flow of football. At the same time, when the goal is scored, the players and the fans have to wait for a couple of seconds or minutes before they are able to jubilate. It kills the drama. It's supposed to be something like spontaneity, but when the game is like pause and play, you edit, you cut, action, and all that. It kills the whole drama of the football.
Let me tell you where the flow even stops now. You just watched the rules that FIFA are going to apply in this World Cup. Now, when we're playing football, not professionals, yeah, just our normal sets, Jeon sets and all that. You will hear somebody, File, leave the ball for me, Yeah. Now, if you are playing against somebody who is not Yoruba, you are sure that File, you won't know what it means. But one of those rules says that, I can understand if you say you can't cover your mouth. Well, how can you tell me I can't cover my mouth to talk to my fellow player? Because I have a game plan now. So must I let my opponents know my game plan? One. Then two, you can't speak in your language. You have to speak a language that the referee understands. Are these guys all right? Really?
This particular rule is something that I think FIFA should actually look into properly, because language is an opportunity for players to actually talk about game plan. Like maybe during set piece or...
I want to play a set piece, I want to play penalty. Somebody comes to me and says, okay, good, Wale, see what you... Play it right, play it left, or something, yeah.
It's not allowed anymore, and it's going to have an effect on the game, because you speak in a language that everybody understands. There's no game plan anymore. Everybody knows, okay, I'm telling you to lift the ball or probably do a dummy or flick it back. Before I tell you to flick it back, before the ball gets to you, I'll dive into your presence. Of course. So it kills the drama, it kills the action of the sport.
I don't know if you agree with this one. If a player is substituted, he must leave the pitch in 10 seconds. If he doesn't leave in 10 seconds, the player who is supposed to come in, the referee will give him 1 minute extra before he enters the field, and game will go on.
That also is not good for me, because the player that is coming out would probably in that moment want to greet or encourage some of his players or the opposing team.
What if he's the captain and he has to remove the handband to give it to somebody else to be the captain for the rest of the match?
Only FIFA can decide why they actually brought in this rule, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because I feel like any player that is coming in will definitely spend the 1 minute outside, because you can't take 10 seconds. What if the player is on the other end of the field? You expect him to start running over to where except maybe they'll tell you that anywhere you are, you can exit the field from anywhere you are. You don't have to come out, exit the field from where the new player is coming in.
Is everybody's favorite for this competition. Because honestly, Portugal have the best players in every position in that team. However, this same Portugal played against a second-string Super Eagles and could only beat us 2-1. And the game was really tough.
Very tough.
We scored first. So, is this Portugal that fantastic? If they could not beat convincingly the second-string Super Eagles?
The Portugal team they have a very good team, in the exception of their forward. If Ronaldo starts every game for Portugal is going to have an issue, because all the game plan is going to come through the aging Ronaldo. Now you have a Goncalo Ramos, who is...
Nuno Mendes, Bruno Fernandes, fantastic players.
I don't see Portugal. Probably they would exit the competition at quarterfinal. I don't see them going far.
Okay, so who would you honestly give this competition to?
Le
We've
Bleu.
got France, we've
Le
got
Bleu,
Spain.
France.
Le Bleu, France. Why?
Looking at that France team, they
Are
have
they're not that fantastic anymore.
on paper, they have the squad for in each department. They have players you can put in and take out. But let us see how Deschamps is going to bring the synergy for the teams together.
What about the German Mannschaft, the Mannschaft, German machines?
Nah, I'm not really. I don't really see the
Spain,
Germany.
Spain.
Nah, I think Spain don't have the experience yet. They have a couple of young boys, but
Yeah, true.
the experience is not there.
England,
That is why I'm giving
Three Lions.
England. Is coming home. He's not coming home. They'll get to the.
He's always
quarterfinal.
coming home and never comes home for them. I don't know their own. Sports Friends with Wally Scott, of course. Sylvester picks the Le Bleu. I was saying everybody's talking about Portuguese national team, but he says they will depend too much on Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, and that might be their bane at the end of the day. He says Spain need the experience. He gives it to Le Bleu. France, I don't know why. England, nobody's giving England a chance because actually every time they want to go to the World Cup, they will sing "It's coming home." It never comes home. I don't know why their home is.
He's evading them.
He's evading them. I don't know. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. Sports Fans with Wally Scott. When we come back, we'll round off. Stay with us. Sports Fans with Wally Scott, welcome back. We'll shift a little from the World Cup and just quickly mention this. She announced 2 weeks ago that she would return after leaving the sport for like, how many years? Serena Williams. And she's back and she was in the doubles. And they actually won that doubles. And she came out and said, I actually had fun playing that game. It's good to be back. She's like an old wine. They don't, yeah.
The older they get,
Serena,
the fresher it is.
who thought she would come back?
I
Or
never
you would think that a Rafael Nadal or a Roger Federer will come back someday, but she's back. And she came back winning ways.
Yeah, I'm actually delighted that she's back because I want her to win one more Grand Slam. Just one more Grand Slam, Serena.
Isn't that asking for too much?
Is my asking.
Old Mama Yongi, she wants to come and beat those Naomi Osaka.
Experience.
No, sometimes experience is good. When it's sports, it's good. But you see, if your body can't take it anymore, you can't take it anymore.
But I feel her body, for her to have come back, maybe her body told her something else. Come back into the game and just last dance. One more try. And let's see how it goes.
Listen, even in boxing, we say it, Oga, no fight again. No. Joshua, for example, now, I'm telling Joshua now, if I were him, after the accident and the trauma and all that, no fight again. If he dies on a field of, and the people will always say, Wally said so. Means. Sylvester Nicole, thank you very much for listening to the show.
Thank you, Mr.
As
Wally.
usual.
Thank you very much.
My name is Wally Scott. Join us on our next episode. Like I always advise you, at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your heart, do some sports.